Okay.
All right, welcome. This is the Animal Control Advisory Committee meeting for February 10th, 2020, and it is 6:33 p.m. Notice is hereby given that this is a meeting of the City of Sandy Oaks Animal Control Advisory Committee being held today, Monday, February 10th, at 6:33 at Sandy Oaks City Hall, located at 4451 Hickory Haven, Sandy Oaks, Texas 78112, for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. All agenda items are subject to action.
Okay.
We don't really have a
We don't
call
have
to
a
order. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we don't really have any citizens to be heard. So
I'm a citizen.
I have you under introduced guests, new volunteers, and new
okay.
committee members.
I did have a couple questions about
There you go. Now's the time. So why don't we,
the stray dog.
so who are you?
My name's Janet Vandiver, I'm sorry.
Okay. Go for it.
We get a lot of stray dogs dumped right in our area. And I'm just wondering, I didn't even know there was an ACO or anything involved. So
This is our animal control officer, Chris.
and do you guys have a facility and everything? Or?
Technically, no.
No.
But we do have a building. The septic is in. We're waiting on bids to go out for electric and water, and once that happens, then we'll be up and running.
Okay,
We have a
so
meeting tomorrow with CPS. They're gonna come out and evaluate.
so until then,
So what we do in the meantime is they are, depending on the weather and the time of day, they may be held in a temporary holding facility, and then we take them to the vet, and we've been doing boarding at Oak Hills
Oak Hills.
Animal Hospital. And then we work with different foster and rescue organizations.
oh, okay.
So it's not ideal really to take dogs because it's more of a burden for the city. You have to pay for the boarding, and the boarding by itself is costing.
Yeah.
Well, my issue is the people across the street from me, they have a long driveway and you can't really see their house, but the stray dogs, their gate's always open. The stray dogs typically meander up there, and then you hear gunshots, and then you don't see them again.
Where is
And-
this at?
I'm at 23868, so it's across the street.
What street?
Mathis Road, I'm sorry.
On Mathis, okay.
I can't be for sure that they're shooting the dogs, but we don't see them
Call
again.
Dare County.
If that's happening, yeah.
There
call the
was
sheriff's
there was
office.
one dog that would come to my gate every morning and every night, and I would feed him. I couldn't let him in the gate because of my dogs, but he would be there like clockwork, and then he went up that driveway one day, and I haven't seen him since. And there's been several dogs since then.
You're on the other side of the freeway? The other side of 37?
No,
Well, that's where. Oh, sorry.
by Star
sorry,
Oaks.
Sorry.
I'm by.
Oh,
I see
you're
it.
by Star Oaks.
Yeah, right there
Okay.
by Star Oaks.
So the people across from you are shooting, right?
I believe so.
They would be considered under Bear County. Your side, which is our side,
Is Sandy Oaks the
No,
other
no,
side.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I did find that out, but Bear County doesn't care. So
I would just keep calling. I would call and call and call, and I wouldn't stop calling. They've got to be recording it. It's got to be a
The
record
calls are
there.
recorded, yeah.
Yeah, and a record has, I'm sure is made. So
sooner or later they will call us. Since we're the closest entity, they'll call us and say, "Hey, what can I do?"
but if I were able to trap the dog, could I call you? Like if I were able to trap a dog, which would be very difficult because my dogs keep the dogs away from the fence.
Well, the way it works is, if you have a dog, a stray dog, then you would call Chris or call
City Hall.
City Hall, And then they can bring a trap out and set it for you. And then it becomes city's property for all practical purposes. And then it goes through our intake and the process that we work through.
Okay.
And right now, since we don't have a facility, we're concerned with the vicious dogs. The
Yeah,
dogs that are
really focusing on vicious animals
either
right
they're
now.
hurt, they need to be put down because they have disease or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what our concern is. Yeah, we can pick up the strays, but ultimately we can't. We don't have the funds to keep up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just keep boarding them, and the bill comes back, and it's really high.
That and the manpower to make sure that, we try to find fosters or try to find,
we need help.
rescues. So, yeah.
So tomorrow, would you and the marshal take a trip down and check out the property across from her? I think I know who it is.
Is there a
And
gate? Do they have a gate? They lock it all the time? Or?
They have a gate, but it's usually open.
Okay.
yeah, I think I know who that is.
They only
down
close it when they know the deputies are coming.
there. Of course they do. Of course they do. Okay, but y'all go down, check it out, see if you can. And you would think, unless they're, I mean, if they are shooting them, you would think that it would smell, or there'd be buzzards, or.
I'm not
depending
sure
on-
how much property they have.
It's a
But,
good sized piece of property.
Yeah, because it's set pretty far back.
Yeah.
My dogs have gotten out our gate and ran up there, and I go right after them. And I've seen around there, there's plenty of places they could, burn or bury the carcasses, so I don't know if you'll be able to find anything. But anyway, that was just my concern.
Okay.
Go ahead, Steve.
We have the same problem, but they're right down the road from us at the dead end. And I've called Bear County Sheriff out here, I don't know how many times,
For 3 years.
for the last 3 years. And yesterday, every time they leave, they let their dogs loose. And if it wasn't in the drainage ditch, I would have ran over all 3 of them on purpose because they attacked another dog, the 3 of them against one. And I told the guy, lock your dogs up. And he just stands there and laughs at me. The last time I had Bear County come out here, and I've told our city marshal, I will shoot, if they're on my property, I will shoot to kill.
Because they have dug underneath the fence of the people across the way from them, killed one of their dogs, and injured the other one, something fierce.
So, I mean,
And
it's,
they've terrorized the kids at the bus stop.
That's a
And I
problem.
mean, this is, we called Bear County Sheriff we're blue in the face, so I don't see much help or service there.
not from Bear County,
I've never seen
from
it.
our,
Do you know what address that is that they're at, those dogs come from?
no, but it's at the end of New Mathis, right there at the cul-de-sac on the same side.
On the right or the left?
On the right.
Right side, same side we're on.
Okay.
And now that we have a new city marshal, I'm gonna be probably burning his ears up.
It starts with this gentleman right here.
And now, Chris, I'll be talking
Well,
to him
that's a
too about
dangerous
it.
situation. You got kids and dogs.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And the blue healer, I think somebody's taken a pot shot at it, cause its back hip is injured.
Yeah.
This man just
You don't
has,
care. I mean, anytime they leave their home, they turn their dogs loose.
Well,
And if
that's
they're,
what's sad is that it's a human problem.
Right.
really?
It's
Yeah.
not the animal's fault.
it's not
a
the animal's
human
problem.
But yeah,
it's the human problem, and every time Bear County came out, they would miraculously be gone or not answer their door.
And what's funny is the dogs know all I have to do is appear at my front door and they'll hurry up and get off my property. they know that they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So, and it's really, if the dogs know, I wish the people would learn from their animals. So, like I said, the dogs are just running wild, that's all. And we occasionally have coyotes down that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got raw land very near,
Yeah.
right at the end of that road.
We got raw
so-
land on the
Yeah.
other side that belongs to whoever.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll get Chris and the marshal to see what they can do about those two situations.
Because if they are in the city and their dogs are roaming, then
Oh,
that's
yeah,
an
they are.
ordinance violation.
I mean-
Sure it is.
I've got buckshot.
Get them where their
So-
pocketbook.
I mean, if I can get them with buckshot, fine. I don't want to have to kill them.
Yeah,
But it's not their fault, it's
no,
the people's fault.
all right.
Yeah, before we had animal control here, we called Bear County one time for the same type of issue.
Mhm.
And they came out and told us if they're on our property, we could shoot them.
Yeah.
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 That's
But,
all
I
they,
mean-
that's all they could offer.
Yeah.
And it
yeah.
was about the 10th time we called
Right.
because of the vicious dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's the answer from Bear County all the time is shoot them.
Yeah.
Well, that's because that's what they do.
Well, it's not, yes, technically we're in their jurisdiction, but being in the county, but they don't seem to really wanna do anything about it.
Low priority for them.
Yeah.
You want to introduce yourself?
Oh, my name is Kathleen Grover. I go by Kat. And I live down at pretty much near the end of New Mathis, on the corner of New Mathis and Copper Canyon. So way down there. We've lived here for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And you, sir?
I'm Steve Grover.
They're a pair.
I'm her husband.
We're a real pair.
And just so you know, I'm CJ Walker.
I'm Julie Ramirez.
I'm Chris.
Maldonado. And I'm Mickey Ball.
I'm Janet Vandiver.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the city.
I've only been here since we closed on our property July 11th or June
Oh,
June
wow.
11th
Oh,
last year.
Last year, oh. Okay, I'm just visualizing where you're at. You're right down there on the corner almost.
Yeah, it's right next to the blue house on the corner of Star Oaks.
Yeah.
It's the next one up.
Okay,
It's a double wide.
okay.
We have our RV parked out front, so it's kind of easily noticeable. We're still working on it, so
Yeah.
don't judge.
No. I did the same thing when I moved in out here.
Well, we meet, this particular committee for Animal Control Advisory Committee meets on the second and fourth Monday at 6:30 generally. And we're always looking for more committee members, volunteers for rescues, adoptions, or just help getting the things we need or will need for our shelter or for the rescues.
And the
What
purpose
else?
of the committee is to make recommendations for the city council to consider. Typically, those would be funding requests. But certainly, some of the things that we've talked about at previous meetings are the mobile vet clinics that come out here. It doesn't cost anything, but we do that to kind of coordinate with the city. We also
TNR.
do, trap, neuter, release, different programs, microchipping, yeah.
Citizen education.
Yeah, so that's kind of what the purpose of this committee is. And then, like I said, then recommendations are made to council if there's any funding requests that are required, or if we want to utilize city resources in some fashion that, may need a council approval.
My friend and I have been TNRing some cats on Mathis Road. but at $20 a cat, and sometimes they need eye enucleations. It, you know, it's coming out of our pocket, so we're willing to team up and do something, but I mean, we would need funding because
Well, so here, let me tell you how it works. So for with any animal that is taken in the city, if the city physically takes possession of that animal, then we pay for the spay neuter. We pay for, we have an agreement with Brooks, and we take them in. It's $20. The city pays for that. For the TNR piece of it specifically,
We have a limit.
per month or per quarter, I can't
I
remember.
think it's
It was
per
a
quarter.
good size. Oh, for what the council approved?
Yes.
Yeah. And then we look for people that can manage the colony, you know, anyone that wants to foster. We provide the food. For cats, we provide food and cat litter, and for dogs, we provide the food. But once the city takes possession, then it's the city's responsibility. But we do look for fosters and people to manage the cat colonies as well. So we have traps. Chris can come set them.
we have 10 traps.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and TNR is one of the things that we're really wanting to focus on because there's some specific areas out here where it's really out of control.
Yeah, my next door neighbor on the other side has a colony, and then next to her, there's another
But
colony.
are they all fixed?
Well, we started trapping her, so we've got 3 of hers done. We're trying to get the females, but one needed the eye enucleation, and then
Is that where they take the eye out?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was all bulging and infected.
I had one that's at my house now. Same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Have either of you taken the class through the?
she has.
The feral.
So that you can get vouchers to do it, have it
Well,
done
she
free?
got an email, and it said at the bottom of the email, she's in New Mexico, or she would have come. That they would pay for people who are unable to pay for themselves, and you know, it was kind of real vague and like, well, then how do we get the money? I mean, do we have to send in paperwork or?
Well, so the
No,
Feral
it's-
Cat Coalition does the training. That's the one that we
And
went
then
to, and
all
then you
you
get
ha-
vouchers.
Yeah, you're on a list.
She asked
And
about
then you go
vouchers.
to ACS, the one on
151.
151, and you go and get vouchers, and they will give you vouchers for however many cats
Yeah.
you need to take in.
And you can go to Brooks,
Not Brooks.
No, you have
You'd have
to take
to-
them out there.
You have to take 'em
even
to
though
the-
we're
to
out
walk the-
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you don't pay anything.
Yeah. So they give you the vouchers for free.
You know, if you can coordinate on a day when you know that, you know, y'all can make it out there.
That's
then-
kind of a long haul.
It is kind of a long haul.
Because, I mean, we're picking up from Almondorf or Sandy Oaks
Yeah.
and going to Brooks. It's
151 to the
151.
animal clinic out.
Well, I guess it's
90
different with
and
TNR
151.
because I've picked up dogs in the city and brought them there, and because I lived in the county, they wouldn't take the dogs.
No, they will as long as you've got that.
I'd rather do the Brooks.
So what I think I want to do is put you in contact with Melissa and Laura that live out here.
Okay.
They work a lot with cats and the TNR and everything. In fact, I talked to them at Saturday down here at the market days, and they work with different organizations as well. So again, if it comes into city control, then we have to follow certain procedures. But that does not prevent you as an individual from doing whatever you want. If you want to work with the voucher program or connect you up with Melissa and Laura, they work with Helotus. So those don't count towards our animal control program. You know, you're free to do things outside of the program.
Right.
But we have our own animal control programs in place.
What is the limit? You said there was a
The
limit.
council approved a limit for the spay neuter, and I don't recall. Do you remember how many? It
We'd
was
have
not
to
a
look it
small number. It was a it was a hefty number, I thought.
I was thinking like 50, but I
I
can't
think
remember.
50 comes to mind as well, per quarter. So,
That's,
yeah,
I got 50
I know.
2 doors down.
I know. But even at $20, a pop, it's still, I mean, if we need
lot of
to
money.
change that, then we need to change that,
Yeah, because we've done, let's see, we've done 3, 4 of hers, 3 more, and 4. So probably about 10 to 15 already out of our own pocket. Just on Mathis Road.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Just within a mile on Mathis Road.
I've done 7 of my own that just showed up at my house.
We're
So-
trying to, at ours, we've got 13.
Yeah.
We've got 8 males and 5 females
Yep.
that we know about, and 2 possums.
Yeah, we don't do those.
So, but anyway, we spend close to $50 a month on cat food.
Yeah.
But if you do the TNR, then you don't feed them. You're still going to feed them, but not very often. You want to teach them to hunt for themselves. So, and you won't feed them on your porch. You feed them somewhere
Out and about.
else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we need to make. I think what might be helpful, CJ, is
This is a
let's
TNR guy.
have them come out and let's do a class here.
And they shouldn't be on a schedule either.
Right. You don't want them getting
'Cause
familiar.
They get used to it and they won't hunt. And then other animals know
Yeah.
and
They
come
bring
eat the
friends.
food too.
Yeah, we have baby possums that come at night.
Oh,
And you'll probably have raccoons too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
so far I haven't seen any raccoons.
But we
They
get
love
these
cat
big
food.
honking possums, I'll tell you.
That's good, they eat ticks.
Yeah, if we can get a
Five
class
of them.
out here, that would be great for the cat colonies.
No, there's 5 down there.
We went down this morning, we saw it on tractor.
I think we might be able to make it worth the while to come out here and do a TNR
I think
and
so.
cat colony class.
I think so too, because there's a number of people who've expressed an interest.
Who's the contact?
Her name is Sherry. I have an email from her, so I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
It comes in my personal email. And I think that happened because we went to that class.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you also have 13, you said? Wow.
Are they all fixed?
No, that's why we got traps.
We have neighbors that get kittens and then when they get grown, guess what? They throw them out and that's, oh well, too sad.
That's why Chris brought us some,
He brought us some traps.
so we can trap them and
Yeah.
get them
I know
taken
we're
care of.
getting that way. My particular neighbors have cats and we're getting the small kitten litters, multiple.
Well, we're coming up on kitten
Multiple
season
kittens.
now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, another place that we need to focus on for TNR is right there at the corner of New Mathis and Skyla. The 2 gentlemen that live on that
Right.
corner house.
Right.
When they bought that house, it came with
came
over
with
30
cats.
cats.
Yes.
Oh my.
I remember that. I've been to their house before.
And they're not disagreeable to having the cats. So they would be good TNR managers, but they are concerned that the breeding,
Right.
you got to stop that.
I have 7. I still have 2 males that need to be done. I got all the females done.
Our females are fast. The males aren't, thank God, but you know.
Well, and it makes it easier to catch them if you're not feeding them, because they will go where the food is, which will be in the trap.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. So what?
Well, before we move on, so on item number 4, do we have new members to add to our committee?
Would you guys like to become permanent committee members?
What does that entail?
Showing up at the meetings.
Pretty much what we're doing tonight.
And help us organize and arrange and discuss options and come to an agreement amongst ourselves of items that need to be brought to council, to city council for discussion.
Sure.
Yes.
Is that okay? Cool. Awesome.
Both of you?
We have such a hard time.
Well,
You guys do.
You also?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
We can have both of them, right?
We can.
Since it's an advisory.
And he's now serving on what? This will be your third committee?
No, just the second one.
Planning and zoning,
That's it.
animal control. You're not doing census too?
Huh?
Are you part of the complete count for census?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You want to be? Joking.
No.
Lori will too, my partner that traps with me.
And what's her name?
Lori Cherry. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind becoming a member. She's in New Mexico right now. Her husband's out of town working. So she went to visit him, so she wasn't able to make it tonight.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be
That would be 4 new
Steve,
ones. Steve, Cat,
Kat,
Janet.
and Janet, and I'm sorry, what was
Lori.
your partner's name?
Lori.
Lori.
Uh-huh.
I spell it the old-fashioned way.
Well, you never know.
Awesome.
But you're already here. I'm putting Chris down too. And the donkey. We only got one ass.
All right.
CJ, I found that email from Sherry, and I sent it to my personal email because it was on my personal phone.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
what did they do about that donkey that was,
Running loose.
Running loose.
yeah,
Last I heard, it was going down Lamb Road.
Well,
that's all I heard.
Did
Chris
anybody find it?
Well, we went to go get it, but they kept going back into the fields. It eventually went all the way down to someone's backyard, pretty much, and it was gone after that. So we tried getting it, but
I
it was
hope
gone.
the owner finds it.
Yeah, who knows where it belongs, but
Yeah.
hopefully it finds its way back.
That was actually part of my next question. It was an update on the animals currently being fostered or in rescues or at Oak Hills or elsewhere. Does anybody know of any?
Chris would know all about that.
We only have 5 in custody, but
We have 5 in custody?
yeah,
Okay.
there's no fosters, there's no.
We have 5 in custody.
They're all at Oak Hills?
Yes.
Did any get to Austin? Wasn't that this weekend?
Yeah, wasn't that
they were
Sunday?
supposed to
They
go?
were supposed to go Sunday, but they had a parvo positive test over there, and they
So they
At Austin or at Oak Hills?
Austin.
At Austin?
that
They
happens.
canceled all the 5 that we were gonna send over there.
Oh, wow.
So, and I was here already when they told us. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's better than being on the road already.
Yeah, no kidding.
I got one of those one time.
Parvo is big in this community,
Yeah.
Well, this was in Austin. Austin had the problem.
but still.
Yeah.
This is still
We've had
rampant out here.
confirmed case of distemper in a dog out here. We have heartworm, crazy, parvo.
Yeah.
He had a parvo puppy.
So our 5 are all at Oak Hills. Are there any that need a rescue or adoption or foster situation? Or
Are they all healthy?
we gonna try
No,
again
they're all
for
healthy.
it?
They don't. They're well. Okay, there's 4 that are they're not positive for heartworm. The 5th one is Debo. He was negative, but they put a slight assumption that he might be positive.
Right.
So it's like a iffy situation. So we tried sending him to San Antonio maybe 2 or 3 weeks back. They denied him because he was that slight positive. So we brought him back. He's still with us. He's a good dog. I mean,
So
And the other ones are clear?
the other ones are clear. Yeah, those are fine.
Okay.
Nothing's wrong with them. They're not injured or anything like that.
So they need foster
Any
situations
fosters
or
would be ideal.
or
Yeah,
when
we-
is
if
Austin
we
gonna
can-
try
if we can have
again?
Fosters take them in, that'd be great, but I doubt anybody will take them.
But those other 4 were the ones you were going to take up to Austin?
Yes.
Yeah. Wonder if ACS is going to be available to take any.
I have not heard.
And so as a general rule, from the city's perspective, if it's an animal that's heartworm positive, the city's not going to, we will work with our fosters and our rescues, and if they can take the animal, then we'll release it to them. Otherwise, we end up putting them down. We can't invest that kind of money in a sick animal. But Julie and her counterparts are really good about finding different organizations that are willing to work with those animals. Doesn't always happen, and we're not 100% no kill, but we're surprisingly doing pretty well considering.
Well, with
Way less than 10%.
Oh, way
It's
less,
what,
yeah.
5% maybe, and those were,
Some of them were,
some of them were
We
hit by
didn't-
cars
yeah.
and
they're
severe injuries.
Right.
well, with heartworm, you almost have to kill
you
them
almost have to kill them to cure them.
to cure them,
Yeah,
and the cost is.
it's very
atrocious.
costly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
atrocious.
Okay, so they're gonna keep the 4 for us for a little while longer. Okay. What time is that meeting with CPS?
Do you know of anybody any fosters that are
I don't even know
available?
what these dogs look like.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, are you seeing the report? Catherine created that new report out of Pet Point?
I looked at it briefly.
Is
I
it
think I looked
helpful?
at it,
I haven't
but
looked at
It
it,
is
so.
helpful. Did you get that email?
I think I did. I
Okay.
think I looked
Yeah,
at
because
that.
I figured out, we have an app, Pet Point. Chris, you explain it. You know it better. You understand Pet Point better than I
So
do.
Pet Point is pretty much a website or a
Database.
database that has all our dogs stored in, the day we pick them up, all of their outcomes, what they look like, what their age is, everything pretty much on the dog that we picked up. Until we outcome them, they're still there. So, like our 5 dogs that we have now, they're still inputted as belonging to us. Once we outcome them, say they get transferred out to Austin, we'll transfer them out and they're no longer with us. But we still have that record with us. If someone just say, hey, that's our dog, we can go back and show them a picture and say, is this your dog? And they say, yes. Well, he's gone now. 3 days after we pick him up, it belongs to us.
So, are those 4 or 5, are they available on Pet Tango?
Yes.
So they're showing on Pet Tango?
Yes.
Okay.
Have
So
they been
all of them?
rescheduled for Austin?
They said they would try to get a reschedule, but they haven't told
I
us
would just
anything.
email again. And then-
Yeah.
But we
So
don't know the date.
So Pet Point also offers things like, it's the package, like if you go to a rescue or you go to ACS and they have what they call a kennel card, it's the info sheet that's outside the cage that they're in. That comes from Pet Point. It also ties into a national network of available animals called Pet Tango. So they're available for adoption. So anybody that's looking, they would see these animals that they're available to be
Oh,
adopted.
okay.
And if you go to the city website, under animal control, you
They
can
should
see,
be on there.
you can click on, is it called Pet Tango? Or is it called
It's,
something else? On the website, what is it
Well, I
called?
want to go on the website. But I think it's like something with dogs. It has like a little banner or something like that.
Can we put something like that on that neighborhood?
No, because we would have to have our own page pretty much, and if we, it's a controversy. People don't like when entities get on. We can't reply. We can't do anything really.
What he's saying is that for the city representatives, and that would include Chris, they only have what's called an agency account on Nextdoor. And so it's a one-way communication. So we can push stuff out, but we can't,
Get anything back.
we can't communicate. I mean, I guess we could.
We
Sometimes
have
the
before.
volunteers have like you and
We
Lynette,
have
Melissa,
before.
have put things on Nextdoor. And they couldn't they, Mickey?
But that's not something we would.
Since
get
they're
into
not
since
city
they're so small.
employees.
There's nothing wrong with posting the link. I'm looking at it now. So the dogs are here under the
Right.
Lost and Found. Carlton, Valero. The dogs usually get their names from whatever situation they're they're in. So I'm guessing Valero came from Valero.
Yeah.
Corey, Debo, and, oh, he's cute. Ori.
Oh, yeah, or he's a scary one.
Yeah. So on the city website, under departments and animal control, there's a little banner that moves. It says available animals, and you can click on that at any time. It'll show what's currently in our custody.
Right.
But that also goes out through the Pet Tango, so that, and we've actually had some success with that. We had a couple of adoptions that happened from that. Somebody was looking for a certain kind of dog or something.
What is the pet limit for Sandy Oaks?
When we get the facility.
Wait. Clarify the comment. An owner
personal.
can have?
Yeah.
See?
Oh,
A combination of dogs and cats not to exceed 7.
I thought it was 8.
I think it's 7.
Does that include feral?
Feral
No.
doesn't
Feral doesn't
count.
count.
That
Okay.
doesn't count.
No.
Now, what about breeding?
if you're a breeder, you have to have
Have
a
a
permit.
license, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you check out an address then on Star Oaks? Because they're breeding dogs.
Oh,
On
Lordy.
Star Oaks? What side of Star Oaks?
If you go down Mathis, turn left on Star Oaks.
Mhm.
It's the second house
On the left or
on the
right?
left, and you'll see the kennels out there. They have the dogs in the kennels on chains,
Oh, jeez.
and they're breeding them. They openly tell you that, how expensive and proud they are. And I'm pretty sure they don't have a permit. I couldn't even tell. They're kind of they're a bully breed, not really pit bull, bulldog type. But they are doing that.
Well, we have a pig breeder on our street.
Do you
Yeah,
also have a pig rescue on your street?
I don't think so.
But you have a
That's
pig
some-
breeder
Yes.
on your
These
street.
things are this big,
Discussion on pigs earlier.
this big.
Mm,
Two of
bacon.
Two of
Bacon,
them.
bacon.
The neighbor, Greenwood is her
Yeah,
name?
Greenwood.
She says she can't get any sleep because they're forever screaming right underneath her
Oh, wow.
window. And the smell is pretty bad.
So those are the type things Chris needs to know about, because pigs aren't allowed. Period.
Swine's
Oh,
not
really?
allowed.
They're not allowed at all.
They're this big.
Yeah, I know. It's probably that
I mean,
those
look,
two
I
that
might
get out
have-
and
Well,
Yeah.
Dangerous.
terrorize the neighborhood.
I might have pictures.
Keep looking.
Okay.
And
Oh, look.
pigs are considered livestock, so it's not something that the city takes control of. That's a Bear County estuary that takes those.
Oh,
So we would have to house it somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
usually in the back of the building in the fenced-in area, until Bear County comes out to get them. We had goats out there for a while.
God bless you, they smell.
yeah.
Yeah, I know my neighbor has goats, and I'm pretty sure they breed dogs during the summer and everything else under the sun.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
done with number 5.
5.
How many chickens can people have?
Have 10 chickens, no roosters.
Oh boy, we've got
know.
loads of roosters down
Yeah,
our way too.
I know. I think he's breeding them for fighting. Yeah.
Well,
That
there's
is
one
one-
good thing we can say about the vicious dogs at the end. I know they've gotten a couple of them.
Well, I do know that 4 or 5 houses up from you is where the roosters are, and that gentleman, I have a picture of those 2 dogs that were killed. They were tied up and drug out to the street.
I do too, I'm the one who went.
You're the one who went and had to bury them, yeah?
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
The Rottweiler and the other mix.
Now we don't bury animals anymore. We have a contract with a company that cremates them. So we have a freezer we put them in, and then they come out and pick them up. But you hadn't had to freeze a big one yet, have you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, have you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The German Shepherd was pretty big.
Yeesh.
All right.
Okay.
So 6 is discuss and or possible action on scheduled or scheduling of events for the first quarter of 2020, inventory of needed supplies. Penny Paw's regular schedule and Healthy Pets Penny Paws is coming on to the shops at Sandy Oaks. Do you have the
I
date?
thought it was the third Saturday.
I think it
Of
is,
each
from
month.
3 to 5.
Yes.
I think I have the date.
Every month?
Third Saturday, 3 to 5.
That would be the 15th.
They're the ones with that banner that always put it in front of
Yeah.
So it's a low-cost vaccination clinic. They'll do microchipping.
Will they do heartworm testing as well?
Yes, they do heartworm testing. And you can buy your medicines from them if you so choose.
Right.
But they enjoy coming out here, and the last event I heard was very successful. They had
Yeah.
a good turnout. Since they're here regularly, more and more people are aware. And you'll see the sign go up there at the corner by Dollar General.
They try to come the third Saturday from 3 to 5, so
You think I should go out there one
if
time
we
and
can,
start handing out?
anything we can do to get the word out to citizens, you know, via Facebook pages or posts or
I
whatever,
can't do this,
so
I
that
can't do that. You know,
they're
so
aware that
I'm sure
these
I'll get a lot of feedback,
events
like,
are
"Oh, my hands
present.
are open," but
Yeah.
The Healthy
It'd be
Pets,
fine. Yeah.
the Healthy
More
Pets
education is better.
are on the 29th of February, and they're in the city park.
Do we have the park reserved for that?
Catherine said she reserved it.
Okay, I'll go check.
And I do not see their time, but it seems to me it's usually, what, 9 to 2 or something like that? 9 to 1?
I don't remember.
It was the time they came. But
What's that?
it was the time that they did come, it was like that in the morning.
Oh, here we go.
The 29th
The
is
29th and 9 to 11.
booked. 9 till 11.
9 to
That's
11 in
it?
the
Just
morning.
2 hours?
I need to clarify that because I was pretty sure they come 9 to 1.
That sounds more like it. But the park is, the pavilion is reserved on the 29th.
Right. Catherine did that because I went to
Yeah.
go do it and it was
Right.
locked already.
Okay.
So I asked her. All right, so.
And are
when-
they going to be coming every month as well?
I
Healthy Pet?
think they're going to be coming every 2 months.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get a hold of
Maybe.
Megan and Dr. Bowman. They should have my email, but they have not responded yet. But I just got the correct email address on
Okay.
Thursday night, so since it's
Okay.
Monday, I dare say that's why. And they come down here to the park. That's China Grove Vet,
China Grove,
new
I was gonna
one?
say Dr. Bowman's.
Dr. Bowman's China
China
Oh,
Grove.
that's that new one that just opened up over there in China?
They just
Grove?
opened their new
moved.
facility.
They moved their
Yeah, they moved.
facility.
Oh,
They
okay.
had one just down the road. The new one's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, they're awesome. And now Penny Paws, if I remember right, will let us do the microchipping.
we can.
The deal with the microchipping is that Penny Paws or Healthy Pets, either one of them, when they do the microchipping, it's $40.
When we
When
do
the
it,
city
it's
does it.
10.
It's 10.
Yeah, we got
40
one.
is ridiculous.
So
You can get
if,
it cheaper almost anywhere else.
right, so if we can get permission, now Penny Paws, if I remember right, gave permission for us to do
And
the
I think I
microchipping.
talked
You
with
talked
Penny
to 'em.
Paws about them, and they said that was fine. So
It's
our
the Healthy
challenge is
Pets.
finding somebody to actually do it. You know, to do the injection too.
Right, because last time Chris had to be available. Last time we had held a microchipping clinic, Chris wound up doing it.
Right.
What do you need to qualify to do it?
Nothing.
I mean,
Just know
'cause
how to do it.
I can
Training and
microchip.
comfortable doing
Yeah.
it.
I used to volunteer for SNPSA and we did all of that.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go.
The big fix,
We will call on you.
intubate them and
Oh, geez.
shave them and
Well, good.
Rehab
so if you're,
'em and
if you're
microchip
open to
'em.
doing the microchipping, we got the supplies and everything.
well, $10. I mean, people are more
they're more apt to do it.
Right.
And we have an ordinance that requires that your
The
pets have to be microchipped, so it works
The
out
dogs
well.
have to be microchipped, or cats if they get off your property.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
cats.
Try to keep
But
a
not
cat on your
feral.
property.
So
Not feral.
ear tipped don't have to
Oh, feral cats, the ear tipping
For
for
the TNR,
TNR.
they do tip the ears.
Yeah.
be. So they don't need the microchip.
They do.
They do.
Oh, wait, no.
They
don't
Sorry. We're not microchipping ferals.
I was
That's
gonna
right.
say because they
Right.
don't do it at Brooks.
No.
No.
Okay.
No,
Just the ear tip.
just the ear tip, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I got a question. We got one cat that stays, well, she comes in and out, but she mostly stays inside. Now, I don't know if she belonged to the neighbor behind us, but now she stays with us all the time. I don't know if she's been microchipped or not.
Well,
just take
we
her,
have
get
a
her
reader.
scanned.
Chris has a reader.
He can scan her
He
and
can
see.
scan and see it.
Okay, but if it belongs to somebody else, are we allowed to chip them then?
Well, I'm gonna give you another scenario. If you have a cat that continually comes on your property and you take it and get it spayed or neutered.
It was already spayed.
No, I'm
Okay.
giving you a scenario. Is somebody gonna get mad at you for fixing their animal? They might. But
They
you know
might.
what? There's an ordinance says it has to happen, number one. Number two, it's on your property.
Right.
So, same thing with microchipping.
Okay.
I would say, if you want to get a microchip, get a microchip.
But he's wondering if the cat's already microchipped.
Well, he has a scanner, so he
He's got a
can.
scanner. He
Yeah,
When they come down for the microchipping clinic, they
they
usually
always scan them
first
Yeah,
to make sure if
Yeah.
I'm
somebody's
sure
not
they
sure.
would
They'll
consider
show up.
surrendering them to you.
right.
Well, they don't take care of it.
If it's chipped,
They don't take care of it anymore.
but
We
it's
do.
probably not even
And if you
chipped.
feed the cat, it's yours.
Well, she
by
stays
law.
in our house all the time.
Well, so she's your cat.
Okay.
There you go.
But the neighbor insists it's still theirs.
Yeah.
Well, they should take care of it.
That
Oh, Missy has one of those.
Yeah, I know.
that won't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I don't know of any, other than those two events, I don't know of any other events. In March, I believe Penny Paws is coming on March
Well, before we
15th.
I would like to ask Janet if we could do another microchip event.
That was
If you
the
would
next
be
thing
willing to
coming
do
up.
that.
Sure.
You want to do it in March sometime? You want to do it separate from this? Do we want to, here's an idea. I think we're going to be planning our next market days. And if we do that, we could just set up an area.
It would have to be separate from the market.
We got plenty of room out here to do that.
Only reason being if any dog got hyper excited and, wasn't happy with somebody.
Yeah.
Or somebody's allergic to animals or
I wanna
whatever, we might
say
have an
that
issue.
We were planning.
And we'll do it behind like an area where it's closed off.
But if we could do it over here, set something
Why-
up right at the edge over
Do
here,
it back, it's fenced in behind us here,
even
so
better.
we could set up here behind the building.
Bring in more revenue for the market and for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that if we wanted to do it in conjunction with that, just because it's sometimes easier if you have something happening here to get people to come down.
Right.
And the market day was a big success, so that just might be the draw that we need.
So when is the next one?
Well, that's what I was looking. So probably the earliest would be the 7th of March. And I need to get with Gloria about that.
That's a Friday. Oh, no, I'm
it's
looking at the
not.
wrong one. Okay, that's a Saturday.
And the reason, some of the feedback we got from this last one was that
What was the date?
March 7th, I
March
think
7th.
it's tentative, that I think that's probably what we're going to shoot for. That to do it closer to the first of the month when people get their checks.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
the
day
7th.
okay for you if you're doing the microchipping?
It should be fine.
Saturday the 7th. Okay. And you'll have people there that'll help with doing the registration.
There'll be a scanner.
There's
and
a
everything.
scanner
Okay.
there, all the supplies are there.
There's usually
There's
extra
usually,
volunteers.
yeah, people volunteer to come down and help out with that.
Because everything has to be jotted down, so then Chris can enter it
And that
into the-
$10, by the way, includes the
database.
registration.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of times you go get them microchipped, and then you gotta pay separate to have them registered. So, and we do that way we know it's done.
You know, that's good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because a lot of people don't follow through with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that was 6. 7, discuss and/or possible action on timeframes for holding a community pet fest in the park, preferably in the early summer 2020. This is something we've talked about, and we haven't really set any date or any timeframes, or we've just kind of kicked around different ideas. You know, maybe we can have Penny Paws join us down here in the park that day. Healthy Pet, China Grove Clinic, have literature available. If we can get somebody from ASC or from the TNR city base, Brooks, whatever, down here. Anybody else? Other ideas?
I just think you need a fun factor to go with it.
Right.
So a
So ideas of
costume,
fun factors.
A parade, I mean, I would kind of like to see, what do they call those, Julie? The obstacle courses, you know?
Oh, like
Agility.
kind of
The agility, yes.
the agility courses.
You know, I mean, if we could do something like that, just, you know, as opposed to it just being all information, I think it
Oh,
needs
good
to
Lord,
be-
my dog would be,
Yeah.
let's stop over here. Okay, I'm gonna go over
Right.
here, now over there. Oh,
Right.
forget about this course.
Have you considered getting together with, I believe it's St. Anthony's, the Catholic Church, for the blessing of the animals?
When
Oh,
do they
that's
do
an
that?
idea.
Oh, it depends, you know, certain
No, they have a
times.
specific time that they do
Isn't
that
it,
every year.
isn't it right around Easter?
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
But then they also have it during the fiestas,
Right.
because they have the ugly dog too.
the ugly dog king, yeah.
What, an ugly dog contest?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
I'm writing that one down too. Other ideas that we could do, or time frames, or anything, so we could start.
October 4th is the Feast of St. Francis with a blessing of the animals and prayers for creation.
I thought there was one around Easter time. Passover.
I was thinking there was too.
Well,
I can do some looking on that. I know my brother's church just had that like a week or two ago, but he's too far away.
well, seeing that St. Anthony's is right here, it would maybe be more like a joining, and we could get other people from Elmendorf, which is close, over
Right.
here for our events.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Shoot, maybe even somebody from Floresville.
Yeah, I was wondering if we could kind of combine it with a pen event / barbecue cook-off in the park or something like that. I haven't talked to Gloria about it yet, but we'd need time frames to save the pavilion and everything. Maybe set up a microchipping clinic the same day. We'll definitely set up a microchipping.
Maybe we could get like a mobile pet groomer.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's a good idea.
Do hot dogs and hamburgers and have the hamburgers look like little cats and
Now, that's another thing, is people that, vendors that make dog treats. Be a great time for them to come out and set up.
Oh, at SoFlo, there are people that do that.
Yeah.
I'll see if I, they're every second Saturday
Every second Saturday of the month.
over on South Florida Street in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So if we remember, we'll run over there and grab some of their cards and see if
That's a
they'll
good
be
idea.
interested.
Yeah,
And
that would be a great
I
idea.
drive down the street, I'll call Chris, I'll say, hey, Chris, what'd you find out about that one?
Nothing.
It was Posse Paws or something like that. I'm driving down the road, I find different things, I'm like, hey, giving them a call.
This might work. All right.
So if you know of an organization or somebody that's involved in some fashion with animals, or you see them at a different event, you know, write their name down and let's reach out to them.
Yeah, because I was kind of thinking, clearinghouse of animal-related items and services that are available in the area, and make it social for the neighbors to come down, whether they have a pet or not.
Right.
Cozy Kennels in Kirby has, they keep a list of business cards of people that make dog items, the dog hooks with the rear end and the tail.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they have a vendor that sells collars and leashes, and I mean everything's dog related. But they keep their business cards and some of their stock in there.
That would be a cool idea.
That might be
Yeah,
a good
just
place
to
to
invite
go
them.
just to get their business cards.
Yeah.
I know San Antonio Humane Society has something like that also, where they have different vendor cards and lists of services you can get and where to get them. And
Would Petco down there,
they might. I've not had luck dealing with Petco. I tried it, last year? Was it? No, earlier. Yeah, last year. Because they have their own services project and programs. So they haven't been as interested, but I can always try again. Maybe we'll get a hold of a different person.
if you want more people from Sandy Oaks to come to your store, make it available.
Because they just opened up when,
And that new Thrive Vet,
yeah, they just opened up a new
Right, their own
vet
little vet thing.
clinic and everything else
Right.
there.
I saw that. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next one was discuss and/or possible action on the status of the TNR spay and neuter article to be ready for the next city's quarterly newsletter. And Michelle's not here, and I don't know the status of that. Do we have a date for the newsletter?
Well, the newsletter, if you remember from our last city council meeting, we're pushing it till April.
Till April.
Because there's a
Right.
possible fireworks ordinance, and we want to give time for people to,
Get used to it.
yeah.
So she needs to have the article to you by the end of March, or a
I'd
date?
like,
Do you have a date
um,
that I can shoot her?
because I've got to get it to the printer, then they've got to print it and prepare it and get it
Right.
mailed, and I want it out mid-April. Let me check real quick. I would say if she can get it to me by March 21st, we can make that work.
Okay.
can
I'll
we
check
have sort
with
of like
Michelle.
pushing drugs for puppies here? Because I know a lot of animals, they freak out. Anti-anxiety pills for the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
That would cut down on a lot of strays around the 4th of July or whatever. We could just sort of, if your animal is like that, it's going to be low cost, here they are, come and get it.
One of the vets might
Yeah,
have
that's
the
what I was gonna-
availability to do that.
Yeah.
Dr. Bowman might,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
or Melissa.
Because that would cut down on a lot of them that go missing around that time.
'Cause I know the one across the road from us that stays over at our house most of the time. New Year's Eve, man, she just was tremendously scared out of her wits.
The thing is, they set off fireworks for everything. I mean, everything's a fireworks. It's like,
Some
Or a
areas
gun.
it's true, or a gun.
Or a gun.
Or gun,
Guns
Yeah.
are worse. Oh, gosh.
Well,
Yes.
between the radio and the fireworks, I just wish there was a cutoff time.
That's
don't
what
care
we're
what it
working on.
is.
Working
They're
on
working
that.
on it.
We're working on that one. Yep.
Okay,
Because
All
I
right.
know we set out with the one dog and held her.
I had to sit on the ground and hold that poor baby, and she went completely bonkers.
We had two like that. Ours isn't like that now. He loves the fireworks. But we had two dogs years ago that both of them were terrified. And somebody literally had to hold these animals inside as far away from any loud noises as you could. It,
Well,
it
for
was
somebody
awful.
like me to have to sit outside and hold on to them,
Yeah,
I'm always looking for a hole to get into myself.
yeah,
And
true.
the dog's almost as big as he is.
So, I
Very
mean,
true.
the two of us is sitting there going, you know, I don't know if the dog has PTSD or not, but
Okay, so I'll check, I'll look into that. Anything else in regards to our agenda?
item 9.
Item 9 is date and time and place for the next meeting. The date would be February
24th, if we were gonna do, yeah, if we're gonna do another one.
if that
Um,
works for everyone.
We have
Same
Healthy
time.
Pets coming up the 29th after that, and then,
Right.
what was the other thing that's going, oh, the 7th, March 7th for the microchip event.
do you need my phone number?
Yes, I do. That was one of the things I was gonna ask for is your name and phone number, and then pass it on to Kat and Steve.
you probably have ours already, or at least mine anyway.
Probably. Yeah, I think I do, but go ahead and write it down so I can get
You can
it
get-
officially
Yeah, you can
listed.
give her both of ours.
So,
February 24th?
February 24th at 6:30.
Yep.
That works for everybody? In that case, we are officially adjourned.
And the time is, what?
And the time is 7:35.